You want the truth? You really want the truth? Of course I want the truth. You can't handle the truth. But the truth was that Antonio had left the applesauce at home all along, where it belonged. The end. Hi, I'm Dr. Chip Ganzler, author, motivational speaker, ex-father, and inspiration to millions of teens worldwide. I'm here today to share a story with you from my new collection of essays. What's the Scoop, Gang? Teen Issues in the 21st Century. It's an inspirational story about a remarkable young woman who had to overcome a lot. It's called The Ugly Duckling Girl That No One Liked. The girls all gathered around Janice's open locker. They giggled and whispered as Greta walked by. Greta kept her head down, the corrective neck brace stopping her chin from touching her chest. Janice came up to her with a pasted-on smile, her perfect teeth shining right in Greta's face. Greta pushed her thick-framed glasses up, the yellow lazy eye patch with the bear on it limiting her vision to one ocular channel. "Hey, Greta," Janice queried, friendlier than ever. The girl's blonde locks fell perfectly at her shoulders, delicately surrounding the necklace of gold and rubies she wore. "Yes?" the gawky teen lisped, through a mouth of metal and urethane polymer. "What kind of dog food does your mom buy?" Janice asked enthusiastically. Greta's mind raced to remember what kind of food their golden retriever, Misty Gold, liked to eat. Let's see. Usually the kind with the cartoon picture of the dog sitting at the president's desk. President Rex!" she burst out, happy at this momentary kindness from the most popular girl in school. Janice's smile grew wider, Greta's growing with it. "Yeah, but doesn't it get stuck in your braces, bitch?" the blonde girl spat mercilessly, Greta not even realizing what had happened until the other girls covered their mouths and giggled uncontrollably. "Oh," the awkward girl said, slumping and straightening the pleats in her green plaid skirt. That night at home, Greta was so upset she couldn't finish her dinner. "Honey, what's the matter?" her mom asked. "Maybe I hate your stupid faith in life," the girl blurted out, running away from the table in tears and burying her reddened face into the medicated pillow that kept her peeling scalp condition from spreading. "Life is so unfair," she confided to her stuffed manatee, Manny, as she cried until she thought her eyes would pop out. A few hours later, there was a soft knock at her door and her mother entered. "Greta, honey, it's time to put on your night brace and take your acne shot." "I don't want to," the exhausted girl said. "It just reminds me of how everyone else makes fun of me." "Oh, darling," her mother said soothingly, removing Greta's back belt and sitting down at the edge of her daughter's bed. "Honey, I know things seem hard right now, but you have to understand they will get better." "That's easy for you to say," Greta whimpered, her voice muffled by medicated cloth. "No one ever called you fugly suckling or glued dog collars to your locker at school." "Oh, really?" her mother answered. "I didn't have such a good time in school either." "But it's different," said the girl. "You're beautiful." Her mother laughed. "Well, honey, I wasn't always this put together and radiant. As a matter of fact, I had a serious case of rickets and a weird skin condition that caused big red splotches to burst out randomly all over me. I looked like a strange bow-legged red cow. In fact, all the kids at school used to moo at me." "Really?" said Greta in disbelief. "That's right, but now I'm glad it happened because it showed me that people have flaws and we need to accept everyone." "But the other girls at school are so grown up. They all got their periods already, and I'm just sitting here, incapable of reproduction," Greta sighed. "I know those other girls seem like they have everything going their way, but someday soon you'll see how things change. Just watch. Janice will probably marry some football player right out of high school. Sure, she'll seem happy, but she'll shoot out a few dream killers, hit the bottle pretty hard and start shriveling up like a raisin. She'll keep the baby weight, then get strung out on diet pills. She'll do the rehab stint, then try to sexually blackmail her social worker to keep custody of her kids. After his car dealership business goes south, her athlete husband will start riding the couch and start a very personal relationship with Jack Daniels. By the time it's all said and done, her face will look like an alligator purse, her husband will look like the Pillsbury Doughboy with the hangover, and their kids will grow up stupid, mean, and miserable, and they'll be wearing your old shirts we donate to the church box at Christmas. The next day at school, Greta didn't feel so bad, and pretty soon, she began changing. Her legs and teeth straightened out, her skin cleared up, and her eyesight improved drastically. She developed in several other womanly ways, if you know what I mean, and I think you do. And by the time graduation rolled around, she was the envy of all the girls in school. Boys even got in trouble for making inappropriately sexual comments to her in class. On the day of her graduation, the whole school showed up and cheered when she got up to speak. Her speech was articulate and very thoughtful, but no one cared because everyone realized how good-looking she was. Today, Greta is a model, and instead of people shallowly judging her for being unattractive, they pay her money to be semi-nude so they can sell things. Not bad for an ugly duckling girl that no one liked. I'm glad I got to share that with you today. You know, it's a story about Greta, but I think it's also a story about all of us. I'm Dr. Chip Ganzler, and remember, angel dust ruins lives.